I'm going to go live there.
Nihal. Hello and welcome to the very first variety program brought to you by the OLA. These are indeed unprecedented times, and unprecedented times call for out of the box thinking. Good evening and welcome. My name is Gul Panag, batch of 96, Devdar. And we're all of us here together, gathered, in fact, to come together to be doing what we should have been doing had we been at Founders. These are, like I said, very unprecedented times, and unprecedented times call for very unprecedented measures. And one such measure is this virtual get together, the first of its kind attempted at this scale by our OLA and supported by willing Laurentians. So this is what we're doing here. The need is very clear. We need to stay strong as a community and always remember, never give in. This session is scheduled for 60 minutes, and we have a lot packed in. And I'm going to quickly run you through that in a second. We will be live chatting. Members of the OLA will be live chatting with all of you, should you want to interact, on both YouTube and Facebook. And we'd love to hear what you have to say. And of course, the objective here is to remain strong as a community, remain connected, and never, ever, ever give in. So the next 60 minutes, we have lots of interesting stuff coming up. We have an address by the OL president, Mr. John K. Paul, who's batch of 1970. And then we have our HM, the headmaster, addressing us. We will have stand-up comedy by Radhika Vaz, batch of 90. Then we will meet the batch of 1970, whose 50th founders this was going to be. Post which we will have our very own music sensation, Chirag Cody, batch of 16, perform for us. And then we will have the head boy and the head girl of the batch of 20 talk to us about what it's like to not be at Founders right now. And of course, we will end it with the school song. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Laurentians, I bring to you the OLA president, Mr. John Paul. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Hi, Gul. Hi, everyone. Welcome.
How are you?
Fine, thank you. Fine,
and how is the lockdown treating you?
Yeah, that's, during the lockdown, we're thinking of, as you said, unprecedented times need unprecedented ways of going about it. So, we have always met only for founders. And even that, it's usually the batches that meet. Okay, so this time we've been thinking, okay, founders probably will not happen in May. I hope it happens in September or some other time this year. But in case it doesn't happen now, we thought we'll come together. And, whenever we meet, it's usually the batches. We said it's high time that we started getting a better bonding among the OLs. And let us be, for OLs, by the OLs. Let's get together more often, probably every month. And we'll bring in much better content every time. We'll try and improve the content. We will go just not only variety entertainment, but we'll also go for education, guidance, motivational talk, and all that sort of thing. We'll try and help the community bond to much stronger. That's the idea of this.
That's incredible.
So we're using all the tools available now to bring the community together.
So, sir, technology has really bridged the gap. I mean, if it weren't for the interface that we have that Karthik and his friends have helped set up, I don't know how we'd be able to accomplish this. So now that we have technology at our disposal, and you've just shared that this is not just a one-time sort of seminar that we are conducting, this will be a routine affair in time to come, COVID or not.
COVID or not, definitely. So, we will continue this program. And
so OLs across the world can remain connected.
That's it. We will start bonding right across the globe. And we'll, make it more inclusive. That's the idea. We've always been wondering how to do it, but this is the right time. And the environment has actually brought us to this, because all of us have been listening to Zoom meetings or to webinars. So this idea came from that.
It's a great idea, sir. And what I think is fascinating is that something that you wanted to do for such a long time got the impetus now in this extremely challenging time. And like you rightly pointed out, whenever we come to Founders, we pretty much hang with our own batchmates. I'm married to a fellow Lawrencian as well. So, in fact, my husband and I don't spend time together at all when we're at Founders. He's with his batch, I'm with my batch. So, by the end of it, we just meet up on the way back home at the airport, literally, because we even go up and down separately. So, this is a great way for all of us Lawrencians to remain connected and be partaking in this community, because it's only community that helps us tide through difficult and challenging times.
Definitely, definitely, Guru. That's the way. That is what that has been our challenge on how to get together. But now I think we have found a way. Definitely,
I'm
we'll go
happy
ahead.
to hear that. Could you tell us a little bit about the live chat that's currently on for those of those of us who are actually watching and may want to respond and have a conversation? Could you tell us how the live chat and members of the OLA are actually responding to the live chat, both YouTube?
So now on your YouTube, I mean on Facebook, we have both Karthik and there are one or two other OLs who are on the Facebook, and they will be following the chat and they will give you messages accordingly. So that's how Karthik will also feed us whatever the questions that are coming, and you'll get it. So you'll be able to call that out, or we'll be able to give them an answer for that. Okay.
Great. We had a little bit of teething troubles, and this first variety entertainment program is very ambitiously packed in 60 minutes. So I'd like to thank you, sir, for putting this together, for coming up with this idea, and all the Lawrencians there who made this possible to connect all of us across the world. And I'd now like to have our headmaster join us. I'd like to call Mr. Prabhakaran Nair here to interact with all of us. Mr. Nair, are you there?
He'll just come on.
Okay. So folks, for those of you who just joined us, welcome aboard the first ever variety entertainment program brought to you by the OLA, put together and supported by fellow Lawrencians. We've just heard from Mr. Paul, who is the president of the OLA and also batch of 1970, the batch that was scheduled to be celebrating their 50th founder this year, but more on that a little later. And we've heard from him how this is not just going to be a one-time affair or something that is being done as a contingency measure, though it did start out like that. But we are going to see how this is going to become a recurring affair. So batches can, of course, remain together because we do have our own WhatsApp groups and which go on 24/7. But for people from different batches to connect with each other, to have a sense of community bonding, and to remain strong in these extremely challenging times, because the only people that hold your hand are the ones known as the children. So coming up next is the headmaster. He is currently on the campus at school, and I want to hear from him what's going on at school. How is school like without students, and what are they up to? Waiting for the headmaster to join us.
Good evening. Can you see me? Hello?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. Gul Panang. Batch of 70?
And welcome,
Thank you.
sir, to the very first variety entertainment program put together by the OLA, which is online.
That's great. Any situation, there is an opportunity of learning. We all learn.
Absolutely.
Every day. That's great. And as you mentioned it, difficult time and challenging time. Let's face it, never giving.
Absolutely, sir. Never given. So what is school like without students?
Yeah, it's actually very dull, and we are all most of us were staying here because what I did is I preponed the vacations of June, July, made it to April, May, thinking that I can reopen in June, July, and I can carry on with rest of the work, including the founders, by September. But now it seems to be not in our hand. Most of the decisions are now taken by Ministry of HRD and Health Department. Now, internal decisions are not very relevant. And I have a feeling that opening up the school is the last priority for most of, the situation when I see in the country. But however, school is looking very, very dull without students, but the work is going on. We started online classes. Except class 11th. Class 11th, we are starting from Monday onwards, and we are carrying on from 5th standard to 12th standard. And plus the new admission. I'm supposed to have the new admission induction on April, but we did it in May online. So about 120 new students have already joined online, and board classes are going on well. We also we are introducing two new subjects this year to class 11th. With lockdown, without lockdown, life carries on here. Political science and applied mathematics is offered to students of class 11 from this year onwards. And a very, very interesting thing that today I got a message from IGBC that the school is rated a green school with the platinum rating. And
congratulations. That's with regard to the environmental efforts of the school?
Yes, it is with reference to energy efficiency, water conservation, resource management, waste management, the health and well-being, and also the environmental studies and environmental protection. So we are rated with platinum rating, and we are one of the legacy school at the moment having this platinum rating. There are some school has got it, but they have got gold and silver rating, but we are right on the top. And life goes on, and the teachers are very cooperative. We are also finding a bit difficult to survive without our students. So we started full online classes. And of course, a lot of wild animals coming and going.
I believe there was a leopard.
The fencing has... Yeah, it is. There was a leopard sighting trying to come to my residence, actually. Yeah, asking for an admission, but we couldn't give it. Otherwise, life carries on, and... our admission procedure is already completed, and only thing is I feel sorry for the present batch because most of their activities are disturbed because of lockdown. Now the outgoing batch, class 12th, their examination is going to start. Last 3 examinations going to start in first week of May. The date sheet is going to come first week of June.
June, I see. And where will they be giving their exams from?
Same, in the school only. Now, there is some sort of rumor going on from next week onwards. They're going to open up all the transport and civil aviation and all. So most probably by first week of June, things will become partially normal. So at the moment, CBSE made it very clear that they will give the examination from the respective centers, because the question papers, safekeeping of question papers, and everything is already done. And class 10th evaluation is going on, and class 10th result will come a bit early this time before class 12th.
Right. So one quick question before we move on to the entertainment part of today's show. What is the COVID situation like in the Nilgiris? Have we seen
Nilgiris is peaceful. Initially, there was about 9 cases, and that entire 9 cases recovered. Now, 4 cases were identified about 1 week back. Now that is also under normal. So Nilgiri initially was in green zone. So because of these 2 incidents, it comes under orange zone, but it is fine. There is no major issues in our areas.
So,
but the borders are sealed. Borders are sealed. The Coimbatore, the border from Coimbatore is sealed. The Wayanad border, Gudalur Wayanad is sealed. Karnataka border is sealed. It's almost like a sort of a complete lockdown situation, even though the situation is not that bad in Nilgiris.
Right. So I just had another question following up on the class 12 students.
Yeah.
So class 12 students are where?
They're all at home. We've closed on this because of the lockdown. We closed the school last week of March.
Sure.
So they're all at home.
So the HRD ministry is currently mandating that these class 12 students travel back to school to give their exams in early June.
They've not made anything clear. HRD ministry has announced it that the pending examination of class 12 will be held in first week and second week of June. And CBSE is coming out with the revised schedule. So they have not mentioned it, how it's going to come. So again, every second day, the policies are changing. A lot of decisions are reverted. So I'm waiting another couple of days. It will be very clear.
Sir, thank you very much for your time. Your enthusiasm and your positivity is infectious. I think there was a bit of a pall of gloom because so many people had planned to be there at Founders. In fact, a significant number of folks from my batch were also going to be there. And we were feeling...
The whole world is facing, But doesn't matter. Even if our Founders Day is disturbed, we'll find another opportunity. Once this COVID clouds moves out, we'll find another opportunity for everybody to come and meet. That's very important, that camaraderie and that gathering is very important, and never let this coronavirus to disturb and interfere in our such life and our education as well. We'll do that. We'll overcome all this. Just a matter of time.
Well, that's fantastic to hear that we shall overcome by never giving in.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Nice talking to you.
It was wonderful to meet you electronically, and I hope to see you in school for Founders.
You are most welcome anytime. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Post Founders or anytime, most welcome to visit the school. Thank you. Nice talking to you.
Thank you. So, for those of you who've just joined us, welcome to the very first variety entertainment program put together by the OLA for all of you Laurentians, supported and enacted by fellow Laurentians. I'm Gul Panag, batch of 96 Devdar, and I am your host for this variety entertainment program. We've just heard from the OLA president, batch of 1970, and we've heard from our headmaster, and now it's time to get the entertainment in this variety program. And introducing very quickly Radhika Vaz. Radhika Vaz, well, what shall I say? I have been personally acquainted with her, living in Mumbai for some time, and I've had the opportunity to work with her, to interact with her socially, and I think she is an absolute star. For those of you who are not acquainted with her, or who perhaps maybe living under a rock, let me read you a quick introduction of Radhika. Radhika, you are half hidden, so remain hidden till you're hidden. Let me remind. Radhika Vaz is a comedian and a writer. Her web series, Shugs and Fats, won the prestigious Gotham Award in New York City and was screened at the Tribeca Film Festival. Her book, Unladylike, a memoir, is available on Amazon. But far more important, she is from the batch of 1990 and from the same house as me, Devdar. So put your hands together for the Radhika Vaz. Hey, Radhika.
Hi, Gul.
How are you? Good to see you. Virtual hug.
I was just thinking to myself, it's always been a dream of mine to share screen time with a beauty queen.
You're being condescending.
Two beauty queens.
Backhanded slap / compliment. How
are you?
And where are you?
Okay, I'm in Gurgaon. I escaped to, I don't know if I escaped, but I'm in Gurgaon. I left Bombay on the 18th of March, because on the 15th of March, I found out that all the shows were going to be cancelled because obviously, you know, and so I came to Gurgaon. My husband lives in Gurgaon, and I was like, all right, here we go.
So how's that
Let's see
working
how.
out?
I have some jokes about it. Let's put it that way. It's given me a lot of material.
Well, he's a DOSCO.
Not that I
so
needed any.
he's a DOSCO, and we always make jokes about DOSCOs by default.
Yeah.
So without further ado, the stage or the screen is yours. For those of you who've just joined us, we have Radhika Vaz headlining today's variety entertainment program, the very first virtual variety entertainment program brought to you by the OLA. Radhika Vaz.
Thank you, Gul. Hi, guys. Okay, so I'm just, Gul, you can still see me, right?
Yes.
Because you're the only person. Okay, great. All right. Well, hello, everyone. I'm Radhika Vaz, as Gul pointed out several times. I'm really sorry you have to look at this without any makeup on, but that's not my fault. That's Amazon's fault, because they're not delivering. Makeup is apparently an inessential. But maybe if they would watch this show, they'd change their minds about it. I would say I'm really excited to be here because, you know, that's what we comedians usually say. But, you know, I'm in my apartment, not that excited, to be honest. But I am excited to be virtually with everyone. It's nice. It's a nice, warm feeling. I'm sad that they cancel Founders. Because, you know, that's what we comedians usually say. But, you know, I'm in my apartment, not that excited.
Oh, wow. There's an echo. There's just an echo.
Like there's a major echo.
That's because even the internet waves are yet to deal with Radhika Vaz's absolute brilliance.
I feel absolutely sorry for the internet waves. I put my fan off, like hoping that'll cause less disturbance. But should I just keep going, you guys? Like,
I think I can hear you. I don't know. We haven't got a chat box here that lets us know. But yeah, please keep going.
There's a problem. Okay, got it. Okay, fine. So I'll just keep going until I'm told that nobody can hear me and I've been talking to myself. So I promise. I mean, thank you for having me on this lineup. It's so cool to be doing something other than sitting on my ass.
Quick question. Is this your first online stand-up live gig?
No, it's my second. And I expect it to go better than the first one because in this case I have the batch of 1990. The shout out to my batch. Hopefully a few people watching and actually laughing, as opposed to the last time where I feel like people were leaving and like they couldn't get it, like they weren't getting it. So I think here a lot of people do know me. So hopefully this will go better than the last one. That's my goal. That's my dream. But yeah. Any questions? Just jump in and like ask me. And if you get any live questions, like feel free to just interrupt.
Yes,
me
I'm on chat with Arjun Rao, so I'm hoping he will update me on WhatsApp.
Okay, great. So anyway, so thank you, Karthik, for having me on this lineup. And I did promise that I would not use any bad language. So I'm obviously, there will be no mention of the F word.
Okay.
No, fuck that. No, fuck it. I can't. I know I literally won't be able to get through one sentence without that. So the F word's back on the table, but I promise you there will be no mention of the B word or the C word. And by that, I mean the BJP and the Congress. Because let's be honest, guys, whatever side you stand on, okay, they're all B's and C's, these politicians. And some of them are BCs. That is called a PJ or a dad joke. So I'm probably going to offend some people with my PJs and my dad jokes. And I'm sorry to you guys, but not to all of you, because I know some of you from Lawrence School and you deserve to be offended. Okay, so let's start with some actual jokes. How's the lockdown going for everyone? I feel like married people are really enjoying it, right? Because we're the ones who are like, I love you, my husband. You're the best wife in the whole world. You're so amazing. And now we can just spend every moment with that amazing person, like we can be like this for days on end. Yeah. That's not obviously happening. And by the way, married people, when anyone calls you and they're like, what's going on? We want to know how bad things have gone. Okay. We don't want to know, dude, I've learned how to cut onions and I'm baking again. Nobody cares about that. Okay.
Right.
We want to know how badly things are going for you. Okay. We want to know that you've switched over to the other side. We want to know if you're sleeping in separate bedrooms, if anyone's filed for divorce. That's what we want to know. Okay. And so keeping in line with being honest, I'm just going to say that my husband and I have been fighting every day. And by every day, I mean literally every single day. You would think we took it as like, like those challenges on Instagram. It's like hashtag yoga every damn day. And it's like, we're like hashtag fight club every day. Like that's where we are every single day. And to be honest with you, I know that the key to a happy marriage is compromise, but I don't want to be happy, okay? I want to be right. I want to be right about everything. So yeah, so no compromise here. Arun Mukhan actually, Olarenchen, and he may be on this, he texted me the other day. He's like, how are things going? And I'm like, oh, we're fighting every single day. But then he pointed out to me that I was probably winning, and he's right. I am winning. And the reason I'm winning is because of our school motto. Because see, my husband, as Gul pointed out, is from Doon School. And their school motto is knowledge is light. And let me just say,
keep it.
I'm like, they can keep it, because any guy who's got like a motto is like knowledge is light. He is no match for a dame whose school motto is never given. Okay. We'll fight till someone's dead. That's me. But speaking of marriage, like people always say, right? Like, oh, marriage this, marriage that. Marriage is hard work. Like you have to put in the hard work. And you know what, guys? Marriage isn't hard work. Marriage is just really long. It's really long. Fucking unending, okay? And unfortunately, nobody tells us that shit, right? So we all come into marriage exactly the same way, which is like, oh my God, he's so cute. Isn't he cute? Isn't he cute? Oh my God, I love him so much. And don't you love him? Don't you just think? And then 5 years later, it's like, oh my God, he's still alive. Is he breathing? That's what it disintegrates into. He's still alive. Divorce was actually invented by someone who just got sick and tired of waiting for the other guy to die. That's how we got divorced. But my husband and I, we've decided to make our long marriage even longer. And the way that we did that is we've started seeing a therapist. Okay, we've started seeing a therapist. And therapy is okay. It's interesting. You get homework, by the way, in therapy. So after the first session, the therapist told us, she said, you know what, this week, I want you both to go and focus on writing a list of all the things you really love about each other. I was like, excuse me, Mrs. Therapist lady, when you say all the things we like about each other, how many things exactly? Like because look, I mean, I got thrown out of Lawrence School after the 10th standard. Okay, I'm
Really?
not a fucking overachiever.
Really?
Yeah. I got evicted, dude. I got evicted. I wasn't allowed to come back for my 11th and 12th.
Who
I
gets
was-
thrown out? For doing
Apparently,
what?
a lot of
Sorry, I
people
have to
from my
interrupt.
batch, because they're all extremely bitter about it, as you can
No
tell.
idea.
No, I mean, we did. A lot of us got evicted. I call it evicted because it wasn't exactly an expulsion, but we got evicted. So I told the counselor, I'm like, dude, I'm not an overachiever. Trust me. Tell me exactly how many things, like 3 things, 4 things. And she was like, you've been married for 15 years. I'm sure you have a lot of things you like about each other. I'm like, bitch, please, if we had a list of things we liked about each other, would we be paying you money to make things like, no. Like, no, where are these counsels? But she did give us some like good information, right? Like she gave me a lot of books on marriage and like communication for couples and the 5 love languages. And there's like an endless plethora
Love
of
languages.
5 love languages. And I know there are a lot of men out there right now thinking we thought there was just one, and we thought it was called missionary style. Gentlemen, you learn so many new things every day by listening to Lawrence School Girls. Okay, anyway, but the one that I really like and that I'm advising now for everybody out there is a book called Infidelity in a Marriage. Infidelity in a Marriage, and that book I like because the first chapter, literally the second page, said that infidelity doesn't have to be a bad thing, and for some couples, it doesn't have to be a bad thing, and for some couples it can bring us much closer. And I'll tell you something, Gul, I was not planning on cheating again, but now I feel I have to do this for my marriage and my man.
That sounds like a show I just did. That just sounds exactly like a show I just did where the subject was swinging.
There you go. I'm telling you, it's a thing. Okay, it's a thing. I'm not making this shit up. I don't make up any of my humor. It comes to me through my life, through my miserable life. Let's see what else. Things I don't like. I just made a small list. I don't like vegans. I don't like vegans, Gul. I think vegans are vegetarians with an attention problem.
Right. I agree.
They're vegetarians who have too much fucking time on their hands. I'm like, eat the cheese, man. Drink the milk. Like, calm the fuck down. It's okay. Nothing's going to happen to you. I don't like middle-aged people. I know I am middle-aged. I know that. But I just feel middle-aged people, we try too hard, man. We try too hard. And like, you only hear middle-aged people saying things like, age is just a number. Age is just...
Right.
I'm sorry, age is not just a number, dude. Age is arthritis. It is clogged arteries. It is the inability to hold in your pee. Okay? You talk to a 20-year-old, she pees when she wants to pee. I pee when I sneeze. Okay? If I cough too hard, I take a shit. That's age. Age is I'm not going to let age hold me back. Okay? I'm going to do whatever. No, please let age hold you back. Okay? There are some things you shouldn't be doing after. Like, you can always tell a middle-aged person who's been told to do something physical because their doctor told them. They never had any interest in doing anything physical until they were medically told to do so. Okay, and you can tell. Like, here's an example: cycling. Okay, cycling. So you can tell the difference between a dude who's been cycling for exercise and for fun since he was 12, and then a dude who started doing that shit at 42 because age isn't going to hold him back. Okay, the difference is that the guy who's been doing it since he was 12, if he wants to go for a ride, he just goes for a fucking ride. The guy who's 42, on the other hand, first has to go out and buy himself an aerodynamic helmet, like one of those fancy fucking weird looking things. Where the fuck are you going with your aero? Like, how fast do you really think you're going to go, sir? How fast? Look at your body shape, okay? Your body is not aero fucking dynamic. Your body is going to slow shit down. This isn't going to help you, okay? And you know what? I'm just bitter because I am middle-aged. I'm in menopause. I'm in freaking menopause. And anyone out there who's in menopause, I feel you, girl. I really do. And by the way, ladies who are not in menopause, here's how you'll know you're in menopause, okay? The day that you stop wanting to fuck and you start wanting to fuck shit up. Like, that's the moment you're in menopause. It's like when you just don't care what you look like, what you sound like, you just want to kill everyone. And you don't care what you look like doing it. That's the day you entered menopause.
But COVID is doing that to women even without menopause.
Oh yeah, that's true. But that's only the married women who are stuck at home with their husbands. Just single girls, they're fine. They're like, it's kind of annoying, but at least we don't have to deal with other shit. And some of you people have kids, which is also really hard. I mean, wow. That I've got to say, I'm glad I don't have children who have to see me behave badly. That's all. That's the only reason. Let's see, what else do I have to say about you know what about menopause? I'll just tell you one more thing. I asked my mom why she didn't tell me about menopause, and she told me it's because menopause is one of the 3 silent M's in every woman's life. And I was like, what are the other 2? And she's like, masturbating and the men you shagged before you got married. I was like,
That's
fair enough.
interesting.
Fair enough. Yeah, my generation, we were all virgins when we got married, Gul, all of us. Okay, I am still a virgin, I think. Do I have time for like 1 or 2 more jokes?
Yes, absolutely. We have time for one joke more.
One joke
We can
more.
do
Okay,
2
fine.
minutes.
So
2 minutes.
I'll do yet another anecdotal thing. Okay. So a lot of the time people tell me, they're like, Radhika, you're so lucky. You get to follow your dream, your passion. You followed your dream. And I'm like, not really. I mean, to be honest, my dream was to get high and wank off. And I did follow my dream. I'm sad to say I followed it with single-minded focus. And I literally in 2 years went from being a casual user to a full-time marijuana addict. I did. Okay. Which on the positive side, I guess, for young people listening in, if you really put your mind and your rolling skills to the test, you can do anything you want. Okay. But jokes apart, I had a problem and I had to fucking sort it out. So I decided that I was going to sort it out. And so I've been sober now since like the 11th of December. See, addicts know exactly the day. Okay. So the 11th of December, sort of like 11th is my anniversary, my month anniversary or whatever. I've been sober. And so I've had no access, or I've not given myself access to anything that can make me feel better during this fucking lockdown. I'm not drinking, I'm not smoking up, I'm not doing any of that. And I'll tell you something about being sober. It's really weird, okay? Because on one hand, you're like so happy. Like I'm so happy every morning when I wake up that I've kept this promise to myself, right? So on one hand, I'm like so happy. But on the other hand, I am so sad that I can't celebrate this happiness with a joint. Just that. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I am done offending everyone in this group. Thank you, Gul. Thank you, guys.
Radhika. Thank you again.
Now I can relax and watch everyone
Say hi
else.
to that Dosco husband.
I will,
Like a
if
small
I see
hi.
him today. Okay, thanks, guys.
Guys, that was the incredible Radhika Vaz. For those of you who've just joined us, we are in the midst of the very first variety entertainment program brought to you by the OLA, and that was Radhika Vaz. We've had the president of the OLA, Sir John Paul, tell us about why this virtual variety entertainment program was put together. We've had the headmaster, Mr. Nair, speak to us. We've had Radhika. And now we're going to hear from Mr. Murugappa. Now, Mr. Murugappa is the batch representative, so to speak, of the batch of 1970. It was to have been their 50th founders right now. Sometime around right now, they would have been marching with that flag on top flats. So we're going to talk to Mr. Murugappa and hear how is the batch of 1970 feeling now that COVID has pretty much robbed them of their opportunity to be at school and reminisce and live the last 50 years and actually more. So waiting for Mr. Murugappa to come live. For those of you who are here, I'd like to, that's my son screaming at the back. The husband is doing a good job of taking care of him, but not able to keep him silent. This variety entertainment program is an attempt to harness these absolutely unprecedented times and make sure that we come out stronger as a community, that we remain bonded, that we never give in, and that these virtual get-togethers become a routine and regular affair. Yes, Mr. Paul said that these are going to be happening on a monthly basis, and the idea is also to make sure that we have not just batches within themselves hanging out, because typically what happens during founders is that a batch pretty much sticks together. They don't really interact with people from other batches. Looking for Mr. Murugappa. Is he here? Is he here? Okay, I'm going to quickly check if he's coming up. Allow me a second, guys. Oh, okay. So Mr. Murugappa is not coming on right now. Chirag is going to come on. So the idea is that we've had a small change in we've had a small change in the schedule. So typically when we go to Founders, it's the batch that hangs out together. So my husband is batch of 92, I'm 96. And when we go to Founders, we don't really hang out together. In fact, from the time we arrive into Coimbatore, we even go up separately. We meet at night to sleep or hang out a little bit, and then we meet back at the airport. So the idea of the OLA here is to make sure that people from different batches also get an opportunity to know each other. And in this endeavor, it's time to introduce Chirag Todi, Vindhya, batch of 16. Yes, Mama is doing something very important. So, Chirag Todi. Chirag Todi is a composer and a guitarist based in Ahmedabad. Well, before I say anything which is part of his official introduction, Chirag Todi is the real musical talent that the Lawrence School Lovedale has produced. I mean, we've had lots of musical talent, you know, as part of bands, as part of the jazz band, as part of the brass band. But somebody who's actually gone ahead and made a career out of music. So Chirag Todi is a composer and a guitarist based in Ahmedabad. His band, Heatsink, was selected by Next Music as one of the top original English acts in the country and are now collaborating with maestros and industry titans like A.R. Rahman. They've been featured in the Rolling Stone magazine, December cover, and their debut album, Euphony. Euphony sounds familiar, but I'll let Chirag talk about that. Their debut album, Euphony, is out on all platforms, which was mixed and mastered by Thomas Ruth, a two-time Grammy-winning engineer. And their album topped the Apple Music charts and was followed by an all-India tour. So I see Mr. Murugappa there. I think we may be going back to Mr. Murugappa. Okay. So is Chirag coming on or is Murugappa? Okay. So Mr. Murugappa is here. Looks like I'm learning to evolve as I get instructions on the fly from Arjun Rao, who is been a big part of helping this happen. So we're actually going to be now joined by Mr. Murugappa. Mr. Murugappa, like I was saying, is the batch of 1970. And it was to have been their 50th founders. And we're going to hear from them how they're feeling, what they're going to do about this, and how are they remaining bonded together virtually, even though they're not meeting physically. Hi, Mr. Murugappa, how are you? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay, so we're going to have the tech geniuses at the back, Karthik and co, are going to quickly bring Mr. Murugappa in. Mr. Murugappa is someone I bumped into a couple of years ago at a Formula E race. I'm an electric mobility enthusiast, so to speak. And we met in London. And the first thing he said to me was, I'm a Laurentian. I had no idea that he was Laurentian at the time. And the Indian team had just won the podium that day. And hearing him talk about that, the fact that he was Laurentian was more exciting than when we have some good things to say. But okay, we had Chirag again. Sorry, guys, there is a backend issue happening. Tech. So who's coming on next? I can see Chirag because Chirag's got those headphones. Okay. So I'm assuming Chirag's going to perform for us. Hi, Chirag. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, hi.
Sorry
can you hear me?
Back and forth, guys. This is the incredible protege Lawrence School Lovedale has produced. Mr. Murugappa will be back right after. So we are going to hear it from Chirag Todi, batch of 2016.
16.
That was like just now, man. That was like 2 years back. And you've already got a career for yourself in music with a band.
I'm
Euphony.
Yes.
Is it linked to euphonium because school band had euphonium?
No, I mean, euphony is just a pleasant. I don't know. There's not real meaning behind it. It was just a pleasant name because it actually means that something that sounds pleasant, and I literally named it that. So yeah, there was not really much
It definitely
thought,
sounds pleasant. So over to you. I'm going to request you, Chirag, to move a little to your left because you're on the edge of your screen. A little bit more. Yes.
Okay, wait, like
a little
this.
Bit more, perhaps.
Okay, and I'll my guitar.
Of course, the guitar.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. So, Laurentians, for those of you who've just joined us, we are going to witness a performance by Chirag Todi, batch of 2016. He is a musical protege from Lawrence School Lovedale, and we are in the midst of the very first variety entertainment program brought to you virtually by the OLA. Chirag.
Okay. Hi guys. So I'm just a guitarist. I'm not really a singer, but I do compose vocal melodies and I write lyrics and write down parts for the entire band. And that's what I've been doing with my band Heatsink. And so right now, since I'm not with a band, the only thing I can do is play guitar. So yeah, I'm going to play some instrumental stuff for you. So I'm just going to jam over.
We are happy with that.
So I'm just going to jam over. I'm mainly a blues and jazz guitarist, and I'm going to put up a backing track and just improvise over that. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
So this was a short jam.
Is that it? Are you done?
Oh, you want me to play more?
We'd love it. I mean, I think the schedule will allow us for another couple minutes.
Oh, okay. Sure. I'll
Keep track of the. Yeah, I think we could do a couple minutes from you.
Okay, yeah. So I will continue over this.
2 minutes more.
Yeah, okay. I'll continue over the same track, but with a different style, like a heavier style.
Chirag, that was fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Do you want to say a quick hello and a shout out to the batch of 2010? It would have been their 10th year. So do you want to have a quick message for them, because they were really looking forward to being here. In fact, this is a comment from Johan John Kurvilla. So we'd love it if you could give a shout out to the batch of 2010.
Hi guys. Hi. Yeah. So I know it's been a long time actually since I've been to Lawrence. Like it has been so many years, and yeah. I mean, I would love to like come back one day and meet all of you guys. And I
And
want to. I
perform.
really. Huh? And perform
And
it. Yeah, I
perform.
would love. Yeah, I would
We
love
should
to
have a
like perform.
concert during Founders Cup where
Yeah.
you and your band headline, if you would consider it worthy.
Yeah, like for sure, man. I would really, really love to like perform back in Lawrence after like ages. And I was really looking forward to coming for Founders this year, but yeah, none of us can, so it's fine, I guess. And yeah, I want to see how the school has evolved over these years. And I mean, I know I'm talking like as if it has been decades because
Like
I've
96,
just
which is
yeah.
my batch.
Yeah, I'm talking like as if I graduated '96, but still, like I would still love to see the change, and I hope you guys are all doing well because I know this is a tough year to for especially 2000 the batch of 2010. But sorry, not 2010. Wait.
10.
Uh,
10 would have
okay.
been the 10th year.
Yeah. So yes, I know it's a tough year, but I'm sure like we'll all figure it out together, and yeah, I'm sure you will all do well.
Thank you, Chirag. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you for that fantastic, soulful blues performance on the guitar that you gave us. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank you so
Chirag.
much for
You have a
having me.
good evening, and stay tuned. For those of
Yep.
you who've come late, like a lot of Lawrencians do, you are in the last leg of the very first variety entertainment program brought to you by the OLA. This is an attempt by the OLA to make sure that we all remain bonded together as a community in these absolutely challenging and unprecedented times. We've had a great conversation with the OLA president, with the headmaster. We've had a fantastic act being performed by Radhika Vaz. And we've just had Chirag Todi, who is a young musician from the batch of 16, perform. And now we're going to speak with Mr. Murugappa. Mr. Murugappa is from the class of 1970, and this would have been their 50th year. Now, they had grand plans like all big batches do, and 50th founders is a huge, huge, huge milestone. So we're going to talk to Mr. Murugappa and hear his thoughts as the chosen spokesperson of the batch of 1970. Okay. Okay, guys. Do we have Mr. Murugappa here ready? Can we see Mr. Murugappa? Okay, we're waiting for Mr. Murugappa to join us. He is there waiting in the virtual lobby. We're waiting for the moderator to let them in. Let him in. So I'm going to be talking to Mr. Murugappa about what it feels like to have COVID snatch away their 50th year, because I know a lot of planning goes into putting these get-togethers together. I mean, people live in all parts of the world. They have to come from literally several continents to make it, and it normally takes together, and to have it all sort of part due to a calamity like this can be quite disheartening, but I'm sure they've found ways to come on top of it because the spirit of the school, which is never given, remains strong. So waiting for, while I wait for Mr. Murugappa, I'd like to do a quick shout out to the batch that would have had their 40th founders, their 30 years, their 25th year, their 20th year, 15 years, and 5 years. It is a time that we would have all loved to have been in school, and I think more than anybody else, I feel really, really heartbroken for the batch of 1970, because they had huge plans for this particular founders. In fact, after Mr. Murugappa speaks, we're going to have the head boy and the head girl of the batch of 2020 tell us about how they feel having. I mean, this is 1 year when you just pass out of school, you sort of want to go back to school and just sort of see it from a different prism. So we're going to talk to them, but first, Mr. Murugappa, we're seeing if he's here. Okay, I'm just going to quickly check offline. Can anybody see Mr. Murugappa here yet? Okay, I'm trying to look for him. There's a tech glitch from his end, and it's something that we are working on. In a second, we should be able to have this sorted. Guys, give me 1 second while I look to see if Mr. Murugappan can join us. Okay. We've had a challenging time putting this together for the very first time. I do hope that we will have lesser glitches going forward next month because as Mr. Paul of the OLA has informed us, this is going to be a regular affair, not just in terms of variety entertainment, but also in terms of webinars and learning seminars and things that we could take away from in terms of instruction mediums. There are people from school who've gone on to make stellar careers in a variety of fields, and it would be fantastic to have master classes conducted by them. And I think it's a great idea to have this happen every month, and it also brings us together as a community. So I'm just going to quickly check if Mr. Murugappan is coming on. Waiting. Okay, I think there's definitely a tech issue. Okay, so I've been asked by Arjun Rao to ad-lib. Okay, so the head boy and the head girl of 2020 are now going to be coming in. I think Mr. Murugappan is having login issues. I also had some login issues to begin with, and it was one of those things that one had to deal with, because such software tech connecting tools are pretty much just out of beta, and a lot of them don't have the kind of finesse that we would prefer for them to have, and maybe the next one can be better. So we are now going to be joined by the head boy and the head girl of the batch of 2020 and hear from them what it feels like to be just out of school, but not really having gotten out, because they still are in the middle of their exams and they still have class of 12 exams to go, and they have no idea when they're going to be. I'd hate to be in a position where I was scheduled to have exams, and yes, we have here Rajshri joining us. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible, but you're not visible. Yes, and you're visible now. Hi.
Hi, girl. I think Karthik hasn't come online, but it's not my turn yet. It's Mr. Murugappan's.
Yeah, but we've had a bit of a technical issue. Mr. Murugappan is unable to log in, and we are now blessed with your company for the moment. Can you move a little bit to the center of your frame? You're a bit on the edge and we don't get to see you.
How is this?
No, I think the other direction.
Yeah.
Yes, a little bit more.
Is this all right?
Yes, but can you see yourself? Because if you see yourself, you'll know whether you're in the center or not.
Yeah. Now I can.
Oh, yes.
I've been having a little technical issue.
So whereabouts are you? Where is home for you, Rajshri? Where are you right now?
I live in Raipur.
Sorry?
I live in Raipur in Chhattisgarh.
Raipur, and as the headmaster was saying, you still have some exams left. Are you one of those lucky or unlucky people who are still got a couple of exams left?
Yes, I do. I have business studies left.
One exam.
Yes, only business studies.
Revised like a gazillion times back. Hi, Rajshri, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
You probably revised like a million times or a gazillion times.
I have, and it's a subject that I've been doing a lot in school as well. But it's okay. Let's see if it happens at all or not.
You think it won't happen? You think there's a possibility they'll just give you like a weighted average of your internal scores?
I'm keeping it open. I'm not shutting myself to only one idea. There are a lot of possibilities. It could happen, it could not. So I'm okay either ways.
Right. So I read in the newspapers, the virtual ones, that a lot of universities and examination boards have given promotions into the next class without exams. Now you guys are in class 12. That would be a pretty challenging space to be in. I mean, is that something you've thought about? That you may. I mean, I know you said you thought about it, but how would you feel if you were told the exam is, let's say, on the 5th of June? Because that's what the headmaster said, that there's like a new schedule announced around early June. And how would you feel if there would be no exam?
I think that would be all right. I think in times like these, the exam that you write as a board exam might not be the best judge. In my opinion, this is absolutely personal view. I think it will be best for universities to hold entrance exam to know where the child stands, because you cannot test in these times. The preparation was on berserk in cities. At least for us in Lovedale, we were a lot away from the truth of fact. We were away from Corona. It was absolutely nothing there. We were safe while the board exams were going on until they were called off, of course. Till then, we were cocooned in a very safe environment and we were just preparing. It was just another month, in just another year. There was no problem as such.
Right.
But when everybody else was suffering, I think the best way to measure where they stand and how capable they are is through entrance exam that universities hold themselves and not the board exams, because a lot of my friends didn't get the help from their teachers. Well, those of them in Delhi and Mumbai, the worst affected, they didn't get help from their teachers. They couldn't go out of their homes 2 days before the math exam, so they had a lot of trouble.
Right. I think that's a very interesting point that you made, that maybe entrance exams are a better judge of caliber than, say, the board exams in these unprecedented times. I'm going to quickly now switch to Avram George.
Green
Was
light
the head
on
boy
the
of the
microphone. I see it.
was the head boy
No,
of
I'm not
2024.
seeing that at all.
So Avram, tell me, what does it feel like? Whereabouts are you? Rajshri is in
Now
Raipur.
there's an
I'm at home. I'm in Alleppey, Kerala.
Okay.
Yes, I'm very fine, but I was actually I just had 2 days to go for me to finish my computer exam when all the exams were called off.
And that was to have been your
So,
last exam because Rajshri had business studies left.
yes, that would have been my last exam.
And then you had to rush home, but once school was shut.
Yes, I actually find it quite funny being on the OLA already. I have one
But
exam left.
technically, you would have been had
Yes,
exams gone on
yes,
time. You would have been
we've
in
got
OLA. You
our
would have been
yes,
coming.
yeah, we would have
So
been coming
let's
for this founders.
so let's talk about an alternate universe where COVID did not happen and where your exams were over and you officially both of you passed out. You said you were going to be coming for founders. Were both of you going to come? Rajshri, were
Certainly.
you also going to come?
Yes.
How special is it to come back to school right after you just passed out?
Now we'll never know
I
because you're not coming back for a while.
True. Abram, what about you?
Oh, it'll be a really interesting experience. I've been coming for founders for the past almost 14 years now. My brother
Right.
was in school, so
Okay.
it'll be really interesting to see how school looks as, let's say, a visitor who knows a little more about school.
Yeah, the perspective changes, right? Just exactly in a month, the perspective changes.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, well. So, are you all prepared for your exam?
Actually, I've decided I'm not going to touch my books till the dates come out.
Till the dates come out. That's a wise decision because I'm sure you revise adequately. Well, good luck for both your exams, for computer science for you and for Rajshri for you for your business studies. Thank you so much. I wish you both all the very best. And for the exam happen, eventually see the big picture and in retrospect always happens for the best. And something
Thank you,
better
thank
is
you.
going to come out of this, even though I know at this point you feel very robbed of what would have been a fantastic opportunity to come back to school and hang out with your batch.
Yeah, that's true.
Thank you guys,
Okay.
all the very best.
Thank you.
So that was the head boy, Avram George, and Rajshri, head girl of the batch of 2020. We're towards the end actually of this first ever virtual variety entertainment program brought to you by the OLA in an attempt to challenge the feelings of being disconnected and feelings of being not able, the despondent feelings of not being able to be at Founders, especially for those batches that had landmark years like the 50th, 40th, 10th, 20th, 5th, and as many folks on the chat have reminded us, every year is a landmark year. And we've been trying to get Mr. Murugappan on, but there's been some challenge with his audio and video feed. We now have his audio feed. Mr. Murugappan, can you hear me? Mr. Murugappan? Sir, can you hear me? I'm not sure if we still have audio of Mr. Murugappan. I'm going to try one more time. Mr. Murugappan is the batch of 1970, and they were to have had their 50th founders this year, and we were to hear from him what kind of preparations went into planning this mammoth exercise, and how many numbers of theirs were going to attend, and what are they doing virtually to make sure the celebrations are still kept alive. Okay, so I've just been informed that we are not able to get Mr. Murugappan on either audio or video. Thank you so much for taking out time on a Saturday evening, a Saturday morning for some, depending on what part of the world you're in. And I would like to thank you on behalf of the OLA and all the fellow Lawrencians who put in the effort to put this online variety entertainment program together. Thank you very, very much. We will be closing with the school song, but before that, I wanted to remind you that this is going to happen every month, and we will be back with lots of interesting conversations, lots of variety entertainment programs, and lots of learning opportunities brought to you by the OLA. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend and never give in. The school song.